Welcome back to Wallet Wisdom, proudly presented by Lake Michigan Credit Union. We're into episode 5. Wallet Wisdom is a show that walks you through your financial walk. We bring in wonderful guests and talk about, hopefully bring English to what doesn't make sense, at least between two hosts and a producer. Hi,
By
everyone.
walking through it all.
That's right.
That's right.
We're walking somewhere.
We're walking through the walk.
Walk the financial walk.
Yes.
I like it.
Check up from the neck up, hashtag. Andrew Clarkson joins us. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Excellent.
Pretty good.
I love this arrangement that we're in. I can see everyone's face.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're
You can stay comfy on our couches.
Yes.
Very comfy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's we used to sit around this table, but then we can't anymore.
Social distancing.
Yeah.
We want to be safe.
Makes sense.
Kayla wanted to get further away from me.
Yeah.
I tried to do this in the other room, but we didn't have enough cables.
Darn it.
Yes. Yes.
So pretty cool show ahead. Andrew, repeat guest. I think this is 3 for you.
Three-peat.
Thank you so much. I mean, if anybody ever comes close to how many times they've been on the show as me, can we just have me on? I want to hold that record.
Yes.
Are you coming after
You're
my
like-
job? Should I be worried?
Who's the record keeper on SNL? Is it Baldwin or is it
Oh.
Martin?
Aren't sure.
Yeah, didn't they have
I
like
think
a...
it might be, yeah.
Yeah, there was an episode a year or two ago where they were both like, well, I've done this many, and I've done this many.
man.
Oh, yeah, the 5-time club?
Yes.
Maybe you guys can have me on 5 times. I can
That's
be
right.
We
Ooh,
could
we'll
do
get you a
5-time club.
jacket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a suede jacket.
We can maybe design a pin, and he can just wear that as a badge of honor.
Yeah,
There
I
you
like
go.
that.
You know?
So we're gonna have you on talking about the wonderful world of construction loans, but lots of cool stuff. Trivia. Get this. I was wrong in our last episode.
One more time.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I was wrong. Okay.
Oh.
So Brett, who won victoriously against many odds, I believe.
Yes.
At least I wasn't betting.
challenge.
Kayla, I still owe you
Yes.
for that. But yeah, so we're gonna bring him back as a repeating challenger.
Yep.
Is that the right word?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's whatever we want it to be.
Yeah. You know, it's just we always are changing it up.
So
Just a little bit
Kayla,
different.
you get the push for the next one.
Yep.
And Brett gets the he's on the hot seat again for the game.
So I want him to lose.
Right, but
You do.
it's good news because he won, Andrew. That's $100 on the line for one of LMCU's wonderful many charities and nonprofits that we work with. So
Yeah.
we'll get you connected on that in a little bit. First, I think we have some financial files that the wonderful Kayla is working on as we speak, right?
Yeah, you know, we're gonna do it a little different this week, this month. What day is it?
I don't know. It's like halfway through summer.
Yeah.
I've just been using little tick marks, so I don't even know dates.
Yes.
anymore.
Yes. You said this was episode 5, and I was like, oh, good to know.
Yes.
This is an article from Yahoo Money that,
Yahoo.
you know, everybody loves to pit generations against each other. So millennials, which is all of us in this room,
Yes.
give their best money tips to Gen Z.
Those guys need it.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. They're pretty basic, but I want to go through them and see if
Okay.
you guys agree, disagree, have anything to
Oh,
add.
this is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can Clarkson
Absolutely.
jump in
I
on
would
this?
love it
Okay,
if he
good.
did.
Oh, excellent.
Good.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Because, you know, he's a millennial too, so he
Yep.
gets a say. If you're not a millennial, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
Brett, that
That's
means
what we're
you're out.
supposed to say, right?
We're still trying to figure out what generation you're from.
I'm not even sure. You know, that's true.
All right.
It would also be funny to get a reaction from a boomer, too.
Yeah.
But maybe for a later date.
I
Yeah.
might be able to fit that void.
You'll be our temporary resident
Yes.
boomer.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
boomer.
All right. Tip 1.
You see here.
Don't live beyond your means. Obviously, I think we all kind of know this, but it goes further to say staying within your income is essential to being able to save for longer-term goals, and 78% of millennials said this tip had the biggest impact on their financial lives.
Wow. No kidding.
I can get behind that because we are the generation of debt as well.
Right.
And so we've seen excessive student loans and all kinds of financial troubles come our way. So that doesn't surprise me that makes sense because I kind of live, I think, that way. Although, who can?
Yeah, and I didn't always live that way, but
Right.
there's a quote in here, too, that really drove it home for me that says, the happiest people on vacation are the ones who planned, budgeted, and saved for it, so now they can enjoy it versus just going, which I've done both of those things, and I can say I enjoyed it much more when it was already paid for when I got there.
See, and I'm on the flip. I never think I can do a vacation, so I'd almost never do one.
I mean, I only did my honeymoon, but
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
I love the very general tone of it too. It's very millennial. Don't live beyond your means, you know. But I think it's coming from a place also 13 years ago where we go through the worst financial crisis ever in housing history. So absolutely, don't live beyond your means. Don't take on debt that you're not going to be able to repay based on the current income that you have, you know, coming in. A lot of those millennials 13 years ago, they probably saw their parents go through some financial hardship.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, I remember working through that, you know, as young in my career, and seeing so many people, good friends of mine, lose their jobs through that. I mean, that left an impact on me at a young age, and I always will remember that. So I think that sort of all builds in.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah,
You were going to say something earlier, Brett, but
No, I actually don't remember what it was
Good.
that I was going to say.
cool. Because I was going to
really
say
good.
a little background. You know, millennials have faced a lot of financial setbacks. Many of us graduated into the Great Recession, and sometimes non-existent job prospects. Others carry student debt the size of a mortgage, and some are trying in vain to buy their first home in a, quote, too hot housing market. So we are more than qualified to be giving these tips.
I'm going to pass to the delegate from mortgage.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's completely right. I agree with that too. It's, you know, for the past 10 years since the recovery really started, probably somewhere around 2011, we've been on the last 10 years of just housing prices going up, going back to where they were even higher before the Great, you know, Recession, you know, pre-2007. So here we are with housing prices really, really, really high. But if you go back 10 years ago, interest rates were much higher too. They're probably
true.
like double where they were right now. So with interest rates even lower, it gives, you know, millennials and people that are first-time home buyers even more purchasing power
Yep.
to afford those higher price homes. But hopefully what happens is that, you know, interest rates still stay low to where they are. So affordability is there, because affordability every month, every year, it's a little bit further out of reach for people. And we need to have that medium home price, you know, protected for, you know, the working class, you know, middle income American in order to live their American dream.
Well, and
That was well said.
for listeners too, always check back on some of our previous podcasts, because when we first had you on, we kind of talked about some of the myths that sometimes I think millennials and any young, early first-time home buyers may assume they can't purchase a home from, saying, hey, I've got a lot of student loan debt. And if, you know, again, talking to a loan officer, you might find out certain debts are really not a hindrance in your purchasing. It's the other debts that you know you accrue from credit cards and other things like that. So, you know, if you guys are listening, listen to the first podcast. Some really great tips in there as well, just kind of covering about similar things. So
Yeah, good point. Especially when, you know, like you guys were hinting at and saying that student loan debt is at the highest point it's ever been.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know, systematically over the past 30 years, our parents, you know, grandparents have told us that, okay, you need to go to college. You need to get the college experience.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've gotten away from going into trades or manufacturing.
There's a deficit there now.
Yeah,
Big time,
absolutely.
yeah.
So now you see more people that are going to go back into trades and
which
doing
we
that.
need them. You know, they are just as essential as anyone else. So it's so important that they're
And they have great incomes too.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
that's what people forget about.
Yep.
You know, trades are an excellent, you know, career path. So now you have all of this student loan debt that's so high, and you have a first-time home buyer that's going in trying to get approved, even though interest rates are low. So now you have the GSEs, government-sponsored entities, that like Fannie and Freddie, that are now changing the qualification standards for, you know, how can we still qualify someone for a home with high student loan debt? So maybe it's income-based repayments. So it's based on the borrower's income and what they can afford. So they come up with their own payment plan. So there's a lot of things that are happening right now for affordability.
That's really great. That's really great. And, you know, I think going back to even like living within your means, you know, I will say one of the things that's been a struggle for me, and I'm not sure if it's changed. I've been out of like school, high school for over 12 years now, 13 years, but
That's it?
it's something like that. I graduated '05, but you know, a lot of education schools don't have a really great grasp on teaching.
By the way, that's 15 years from high school.
You're right. Simple math would have helped
Wait
me.
a second. Let me
15.
carry the one. Yes.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah. This is why I'm
12.
This
though.
is why I'm the producer and not the expert talking about
But
finances.
yes. Yes.
No, credit card debts and understanding how credit cards work. There wasn't a lot that was taught as far as what kind of budgeting tools
I can speak
and things
to
like
you
that.
on that because I tell you, when I went to college, which was a pretty prestigious film school, I never ever had it in my head that I would owe that money back. It just didn't, to a young mind, I wasn't really thinking about how much I was taking out and the consequences that come with that. Now that's ill of me and shame on me. I've spent 20 years figuring that out, but I think that is something that, at least back then, things could have changed, but I would have loved to have seen more hands-on approach from guest speakers or school counselors sort of talking through some of those things about what it means. And that really comes down to financial literacy as well. I think that's a big component of this. But yeah, I mean, I had no idea, like the concept of the year 2021, which is when I was done with college. That's, like the 20 whatever years out my payments would be due. I thought that was so far into the future that would never ever come.
Right. It's very much just like, oh, don't worry about it.
Right.
It's
that
far
sounds
away.
like space age.
Well,
You'll have a great job by then.
right.
Yeah. Now, and also
Pay a second
to
mortgage.
Say, again, what would I say to like a Gen Z, right? And what advice in that way? One of the biggest things I would tell
Don't
someone
go to
now,
school. No.
no, one of the things I would tell them right now is it is so tempting in the day and age we live in with social media and influencers and all the really great things that you see when you're scrolling through your feed of, oh, I really want that. And, oh, that would really be nice. And that car looks really nice. Look at how they're driving. And not to get wrapped up so much in the product envy of some of the people you follow on your Instagrams and Twitters, and realize, again, what that means.
They're not plural.
Sorry.
Instagrams.
The
I thought you were a millennial.
Clearly showing that I'm not. No, but that living within your means.
The chat snaps.
It's so. It's the Twitters. Yeah.
Are you still on my face?
Where's Zanga? Don't you? What's your Zanga profile? I'm looking you up. No, good points, everyone.
Yeah, and I want to kind of tie it back in. We've actually covered pretty much all of the tips just through this discussion. So number 2 was build a budget and stick to it. Seems pretty self-explanatory, but easier said than done.
You know what I always get away from with that, though? I build a budget. I love budgets, but
You would.
I always go over on food because I'm a big foodie.
Me too.
It's easy to do.
I would say let's put an extra 15% into the food budget if I were,
Okay.
if you're like me.
That's
Yeah,
good
that's
advice. Good
Yeah,
advice.
you always think you're like, oh, I can hit this food budget.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But no, then
Yep.
you see something.
Wendy's
you really
releases the Baconator.
want. Yeah, then you're like, wait a second.
Another one is resist lifestyle creep. This one, I had never seen it put this way, but it makes sense, saying, getting a raise or a bonus can feel like birthday money, but instead of blowing the extra cash on food or whatever else, bank
Baconators.
some of it. Because, at the end of the day, it may not be as much as you think it is, and then you splurge, and you're like, wait, I'm right back where I started.
Yeah.
I will add something to this because I like that. In terms of, I think everybody should be able to have their splurge though. So like if you feel like, you've been doing a really good job in your budget, it's okay to do a little bit of a splurge. But when I look at savings and stuff like that, I look at different buckets, and I
Yep.
want to fill all these buckets. So,
For sure.
to have some in savings, that I can, or some in my property tax account,
Sure,
right?
sure.
Maybe some for my fun family budget. That kind of stuff. 529 plans if you have kids.
Yeah. Well, and we were joking before we started the show, those that are listening, that we all kind of came from that day and age where the internet was either just in its infancy or even was not a thing quite yet. And one of the benefits that I think the new generations have is that technology is on your side. I know there are a lot of great financial apps that exist out there that do a lot what you're talking about, help you see what buckets you're creating and fill those buckets and have those championship moments or those champion moments of like, yeah, I made that bucket, I filled it. And so there's some great resources out there. And, LMCU as well has a really great financial app as well that has a lot of great financial tools to help you with your budgeting as well.
And just one tip, one of my friends who runs his own financial podcast, he says when you go to build a budget, it's something that you really don't want to do, and people kind of, they shy away from it, or they're just like, they put it off because it's not fun. So him and his wife created a budget party. So every single month they make it a party, just the two of them. They order a nice meal in, usually do like a pizza night or something like that.
Sure.
And they're like, let's crunch out the budget for the month, So
and then they
make it a
finish it
fun
and they
experience.
say, oh, we shouldn't have bought all that food for this.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, with that, so there's one that we didn't really talk about that I go back and forth with my partner all the time is building an emergency fund. Because I have an emergency fund. I always have. It's something my parents taught me very young. And he's just like, why don't we just put that in our savings? And I'm like, no, it's different. It's an emergency fund. Yeah. So you don't ever think about it. When you think about how much we have in our savings, you don't include that. And so this says to do that. So I definitely stand behind that one. And it says here, the goal is to save up at least 6 months worth of necessary expenses.
Wow. Yeah. And when you think about that in today's day and age, that's a lot more than we care to admit.
Right.
But it's also very telling just how much we really should be saving.
Yep. And you'll notice all of these kind of tack on with each other. You have a budget. It's easy to figure out what that 6 months is. And the final tip is, if you don't live beyond your means, you stick to a budget, you resist that lifestyle creep, you should be able to, tip number 5, pay off your credit card balance each month.
Yeah.
Which is huge.
That is.
And it's easy not to do. It's easy to get carried away. But depending on, what kind of card you have, you could be paying crazy interest on something that would have been cheaper just to pay from your debit card or something to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I like to do. I like to put everything on my LMCU Max Rewards credit card, pay it off every month, get the points for it. And just
That's the LMCU Max Rewards Visa credit card, also available in Signature. LMCU.org.
Yeah. But you got to be disciplined to do that. That's one thing to always remember.
But if you can accomplish
do
it will take you far. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Right. Cool. Well, what a wonderful financial files that turned out to be. Awesome. Well, no need to introduce Andrew Clarkson, who's already sitting with us. We're going to segue over to our interview about construction loans
Yeah.
for the home market. And then in just a few quick moments after that, we're going to get into Stump the Show trivia, where $100 is on the line, Andrew.
I'm taking you on, man.
I'm so nervous. Bring it on.
You're gonna be fine. All right.
That'll be good.
Well, construction loans.
Yes. A lot of fun.
Yeah. No, really.
There's a lot of
There's nothing more
excitement,
exciting than building
Absolutely.
your own home from the ground up. And many ways to go about it. You can get a construction loan for various, different kinds of properties and land loans, all sorts of stuff. So kind of talk us through the basics, of what someone that might be looking to build is looking for in today's market.
Yeah. So I would say that the process really starts with, having a budget in mind, right? And usually what it comes down to is talking with one of our loan officers, kind of going through that budgeting phase of how much house can I afford?
Yes.
Because it always goes back to that monthly payment. Once that budget is set, we work through a lot of different resources like the Home Builders Association of Greater Grand Rapids, or the Home Builders Association of Michigan. I would definitely recommend to vet and check out a few different builders
Absolutely.
for that. Yeah.
Look at their homes they're building. See neighborhoods that maybe they've been involved in. That is like one of the biggest things to do. Walk me through like the startup of this. So you get an idea. Maybe you're sitting with a significant other and you say, well, "We're going to build a house." What are those steps? Like, where do you start? Is it start with the loan officer, figure out where that budget sits, and then go from there?
I would say that would be the optimal order right there, just because you always want to get your budget set first. Now, a lot of times what happens, people, with, looking on Zillow or the internet and stuff like that, they're already looking at houses and they're like, I want to build that house, or they find a builder, and that's fine. We work with, everybody in every phase.
Or
right?
maybe they drive by some lot and they see.
I was going to say, I've been so wrong. Like a construction loan is something my husband and I have
Can you say
talked
that
about.
again?
No. For the last couple years, we would love to build eventually our dream home and then stay there on land. And so my first thought is find the land first. But
yeah. Sometimes that is a starting point too, because for example, in Grand Rapids, this is a region where it's kind of hard to find just vacant land. You know, that's it's like
especially for a reasonable price.
Oh, absolutely.
It's insane.
Yeah, absolutely right. So, sometimes we offer a vacant land loan, so people will lock down the land, and then as long as they have intention to build within the first couple of years, then we'll start the construction loan process. Make sure that the builder has been approved, and we set the budget for them. We get everything kind of pre-qualified, and then we get the specs, the plans, all that kind of stuff. Then we can start it. And then once a loan closes, in typically 30 to 40 days, then construction commences.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll chat after this.
You found the spot. So in a qualified loan, so you've gone through the process. You sat down with one of our wonderful loan officers. You've got your budget set. You've figured out the kind of loan you want. You maybe have the lot. And if you've got a builder in mind as well, where do we go from there? And typically, how long do these things, for planning purposes, how long do they take?
Yeah, so once you have everything lined up, we're pre-qualified, you have the builder selected, you've signed your construction contract with the builder, they've gone over estimates. They even do cost overrun estimate in there too, of typically 10 to 15%, just in case you go over budget, because there's always contingencies, right?
We all watch HGTV.
Right, yeah.
We know something's going to happen.
So you have the signed construction contract, you have the plans, you have the specs, then that will be submitted just like a regular loan into underwriting, approved.
Gotcha.
And typically our turn time is around 30 to 40 days. It closes. And then that first, at closing, that's when the first draw is taken typically by the builder, where they're going to, probably take somewhere around, 10%. And then they're going to get everything started. They're going to dig out the lot for you. They're going to put in the foundation. If they have to get any sort of approvals through the local municipalities, they'll get that done at that point or before. So that's where that initial cost comes into play.
That makes good sense. And then those funds are probably dispersed throughout the period to the builder to pay for the construction of it and all that stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
They
typically go right through, the title company. As a builder, completes certain steps and phases. Usually it's about 9 to 12 months. That's the construction terms that we offer. That's very typical too for either a regular construction or even your fanciest of custom homes too. And the draw, there's probably anywhere between 5 to 6 draws.
Okay.
So as the builder completes stuff, they're going to show it that it's been completed. They'll get paid. Their subcontractors get paid, and that's all the stuff that happens behind the scenes.
Sure.
The consumer, the borrower, they really don't see that aspect of it, but they get to witness the home being built. If it was me, for example, when I first moved to Grand Rapids, I always like to go by and check out the progress every week and hassle the guys on the job. No, kidding.
No.
So when that, through this process, let's say there's someone out there listening right now that's at the ground level of this. It'd be really nice to build.
It's me.
Yeah.
You can just...
I've got this dream. I want to do this. I maybe have seen, a lot for sale that fits my needs. But maybe they own a home and they're concerned about how that works. I know there are certain procedures or loans that can help you through that. But what's the general advice for someone maybe sitting on a mortgage right now that wants to get into.
It's like he's in my brain.
Yeah. No, I you know what? I have
That's a scary thought, isn't it?
It is. It's terrifying.
I have a really good response for this too, because my good friend Brad is going through this right now. He just listed his house, for sale,
Sure.
and he needs some of that in order to down payment for the next home, the build of the next home. So one thing about the product and people, consumers may think it's out of reach for me because they don't realize that you can do it for as little as 5% down, just like a regular purchase.
Sure.
Okay.
The only little dance that you have to do, and if you're working with the right professionals, you got the good loan officer, you're working with a really good realtor, you got a good builder, it becomes very seamless.
Sure.
And if you don't have anybody, a loan officer is a great person to recommend those individuals too. But for as little as 5% down, you can list the house for sale.
Sure.
Usually you can write something in the contract with the builder or say, hey, can you give me this amount of time, 60 days, in order to get it sold so I feel comfortable, so I don't have the butterflies in the stomach anymore.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he did too. So the house goes on the market, it sells, and then there's probably a period of time where either you need to, figure out a rental for the interim time of the 6 to 9
motor
month
coach.
period. Motor coach would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the millennial way is move in with your parents.
Yeah.
Or you move in with your parents.
Absolutely.
Or
Airstream.
one thing that I would recommend too, when you go to sell your current house, is do what's called a lease back. Talk to your
Yeah.
realtor about leasing the property back to you, so you don't have to move all your stuff out right away, and you can go
Uh-huh.
house to house once it's done.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Now, the part that always is confusing to me with a construction loan is, so you've gotten that construction loan, you start that building process, and you come to that final end of the road. The house is done.
Yeah.
And then there's this weird flip flop that happens from it goes from that construction loan to now it's your mortgage payments, and it's how does that all what happens there?
I wish everyone could see all the hand movements.
I know those
Brett
are
is
good hand
doing.
motions. Yes. Very
You can't see what I'm
expressive.
doing with my hands. I'm sorry. I'm Italian. I talk with my hands.
with LMCU, we've gotten this down to a science. We do the most construction loans in the state of Michigan. We have our own construction administration department, your own construction specialist representative that works with you as the draw period's going on. And then once the home is complete, you have the certificate of occupancy, which means that, hey, ready to go, you guys can move in.
Sure.
There's about a 1 week period where the representative from LMC will call you. They'll take you through the steps, and there's no additional closing. It just
kidding.
automatically flows from your construction loan into your permanent loan. Here, I'm doing the hand gestures now too. Yeah. And it's very seamless.
Nice.
And you pick the product ahead of time. So before the house even begins construction, you're already locked into your interest rate.
Sure.
Which is awesome.
That is really good.
You can take advantage of today's interest rates, not interest rates 9 months or 12 months from now.
Wow.
So that's really cool. And it's probably like a week, probably a week. We have a really nice pamphlet to walk you through. The representative will walk you through it. And then if you have any questions in the meantime, your loan officer and the rep are 2 great individuals to go through for questions.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So, not as scary as one thinks. I think it's a wonderful thought, though. To build your own place and kind of make something your own from scratch. I think there's a lot of people that are enticed by that just as much as moving into a home and making that your own. So, really cool information. If you're, because you're always wonderful at this, what kind of advice can you give? Not that you haven't already, but somebody that's starting out at this right now, thinking about this. Maybe there's time of year that goes into play, but what's your key advice for someone looking at this?
You're right. Time of year is important, but usually, what makes the wheels start turning in people's minds are, they've looked at houses, they've had the dream, and now they want to make it a reality. Maybe you look at a couple different builders and you vet out their websites, or you've looked at their product and see what quality of construction that they offer, or what areas that they build in. So if you have those kind of, butterflies forming, and then you want to make it a reality, I always think the best place to start, we mentioned it before, is to get with a loan officer that specializes in construction lending. There's not a lot of lenders that offer construction loans because it's a very specialized product, and it is much different than a regular purchase mortgage when you go through the process. So you want to go with a lender that specializes in it, right? And they have experts. From there, that loan officer is going to take you through budgets, how much house you can afford, all that kind of stuff. And then depending on where you're at, if you don't have a builder or something like that, or a realtor, they'll put you in touch with those professionals, give you a few different people to vet out and really go from there.
So really a wonderful place to start is right with a loan expert on that. So awesome. Always a plethora of information, Mr. Clarkson. We're glad to have you on. More information, head over to lmcu.org/mortgage. Kayla, you're on it. I think there's a link right there for home construction.
There's on the under mortgages, there's construction, land, and renovation link, and it talks about details of the construction loan, vacant land loan, renovation mortgage, or rural construction.
Did you have any questions? I felt like you had something.
I feel like we've touched on 3 of those and haven't really talked about rural construction, which is selfishly what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
But Andrew and I can talk about that off podcast unless there's other interest.
It's very similar to, you're talking about rural development, RD for short in the industry lingo, but it's a very great product. You can actually do up to 100% financing on that mortgage too.
What's the difference with rural development versus building regular construction loan?
So the program, really, if you go to their website, there's a certain income qualifier. If you make, let's say, quote unquote, too much according to rural development,
right.
You might not be qualified. So, and there's certain areas that are right. qualified in there
and
too.
They've got a map and all that.
And there's
stuff.
a map and everything. Yep. Exactly.
See, and I thought it was just based on location.
Yeah.
So
I can actually speak a little to that, guys. Because
all right, we'll be right back.
My wife and I's first house that we purchased on an RD loan back
cool.
in 08 or 09. And it was a few different little requirements. And at the time, she was taking care of our daughter and didn't really have much financial aspects, and I was the only sole income. So we qualified on the income side, and it was north of the Rockford area, and it fit all the check marks. And so, to your point, it made it absolutely affordable for us, especially in our situation, to not have to come to the table with anything.
That raises a good question for listeners. Rural development loan available across all of our markets, Michigan and Florida, or is it just specific areas?
That would be, you know what? I'm not sure about Florida, but definitely Michigan, across all of Michigan.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely great product too. Just like you said, affordability, 100% financing, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Even if RD doesn't work out, our own product that we have, 5% down construction loan program,
still very little,
still so attractive and very nice to work with too.
Are those rates variable, or are we kind of locked in at that for now?
So the market moves depending on the product that you choose, you know, whether it's a fixed rate or an ARM. We offer both. You can do it in a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, and pretty comparison to the current market rates that are available.
Awesome. So head over to lmcu.org. We've got all kinds of products listed on there. We can get you in touch with the right person to help you out with that. We're going to take a quick break while we get resituated for Stump the Show trivia, where Brett
is going to
lose to Andrew Clarkson.
Oh,
We're going to do some pop culture trivia
You did
today.
win pop culture last time.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I
You
gotta
missed
say,
the last
Kayla
one.
is pretty knowledgeable with
It was
pop
Name the
culture.
Tune. Was
Oh,
the
yeah.
last one.
Oh.
So, and I wanted to
think
get it
you
ready.
would've won.
Really?
I do. There were a few that I could have lost on, but
Spencer
pulled it
from
off.
LMIA was our guest, and he was a sore loser. I'm going to put it that way.
Okay, all right.
if you're listening, Spencer.
I hope so.
Well, he's a big competitor, so I know.
He was.
Yeah.
He was really sad to lose to Brett. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, it was fun.
How embarrassing.
And I felt excited because I was the winner. First time on the show. So, all right.
You know that music. Brett's over here sweating bullets. It's time for Stump the Show trivia. Brett, you are our returning champion.
That's right.
You
No
are
pressure.
representing the show.
That's right.
That means $100 on the line, Clarkson.
Just going to keep banking it today.
If you
You're on.
fail, Andrew, because Brett's on fire,
Oh
that's
boy.
150 for the next guest.
That's right.
Well, he's on a heater. It's hard to take off a heater, you know. So
It
we'll,
is.
we'll see what I can do.
That's right.
Momentum.
And as you know, we always donate the money on the line to one LMCU's wonderful nonprofit charitable causes. We'll let you, if you win, pick from that. Brett, if you win,
We'll keep banking it up
we'll
for the
bank
next
it
one.
for the next one.
That's
So, simple rules, 3 questions to each player. We'll have 10 seconds to answer. The one with the most points wins. If we go to tiebreaker, you can buzz in by saying your name. Like your
Brett.
name. Yeah.
That's
just like
my
that.
name.
Andrew. Okay.
My middle name's Andrew. Would that just be better if I just also use my middle name?
Yes. Yes, perfect. So, pretty easy. We're going to do some pop culture trivia today.
Oh,
I really did like Name That Tune last time, though.
was fun.
I think
It
I think
worked out
Andrew, you
well.
would have done wonderful with that.
Yeah.
And we
I'm
wouldn't
good
be
with
in this
songs.
position where Brett's on fire.
That's right.
If I remember right, Spencer lost on a was it? No, we didn't lose to it, but there
He
was a
didn't know
very memorable
Firework.
Katy Perry. Yes, Fireworks.
Oh
There were a
man, I
couple
would have
that-
totally gotten that one.
See?
Right?
Yeah, oh yeah, all over it.
Would've
I
been
hope
good.
he's listening. Just keep
Just
pushing it in.
Salt in the wound.
Much love for Spencer.
So let's get started. Andrew, I'm afraid Brett gets the first question
fine.
because he's the returning champion.
And I'll be on the timer.
Yes,
So
and
when
score
you
counting.
Hear me
Keeping.
say
That's not the.
final answer. You gotta give it.
All right.
Yes, your best Regis, please, Kayla.
No.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Is that your final answer? Okay, first question. Brett, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Where's my bumper? He's also producing. It's wonderful.
What
I
could
love
go
it.
wrong?
Okay, question number 1. How many times did Ross Geller get divorced on Friends?
Three times.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well done.
Man.
Just in the nick of time.
Can you
too.
name them for extra credit points?
No, I'll be honest with you. I was just a tad younger for Friends. I didn't watch much of it.
Wow.
I kind of
Good
was.
for you.
Good for you.
What
I
was,
just knew he dated a lot of different
what was his
people.
first wife's name?
It was she has blonde hair.
Phoebe.
Carol.
Carol.
Was it Carol?
Yeah.
Carol, Rachel, and the British girl. Was it
Yeah.
Emily?
Emily.
Is that her name?
That's right.
Ah, see, do I get points?
I,
No.
Ross, take the Rachel.
That's awesome.
Question number 2, Andrew.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Who does Michael Scott hit with company property on company property on The Office?
My favorite redhead, Meredith.
Meredith Palmer is correct.
In a record-breaking 1 second, he answered
Yes.
that.
What's
And
our
then-
score
and then
now?
He did the race to go for, was it rabies?
Yes.
Race for rabies?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, it's all tied up, 1-1.
All right.
Ready?
Why are the odds so... all right. I almost don't want to give him this question.
Well, you came up with the question.
I know that I didn't know this order would happen.
No, it is what it is.
Well, then it's fair.
Brett, what modern day item made a cameo? I don't even. This is such a stupid one. Everyone knows it. What modern day item made a cameo in the final season of Game of Thrones?
Oh, that was a Starbucks
Yep.
coffee
Does that count?
cup.
Can we make that not
That
count?
does count.
There was
of
something else,
controversy.
too.
That's true. What was the second item?
That's not that part of the question.
He was a big Game of Thrones. I knew that.
I was, and I'm trying to remember what the other thing was.
I think I know that one.
Gosh, I can't remember now. It was. I know the Starbucks cup was the big thing. That was like blatantly like good.
Andrew for no extra points.
Wasn't it also a cell phone? Wasn't it her cell phone?
Wasn't it a water bottle?
Water bottle.
Oh, a water bottle. Oh, okay. yeah.
Water bottle.
All right,
yeah.
Andrew.
Thanks a lot, Denarius.
I know.
yeah.
This isn't going to go well. I can already feel it. This is a little harder. What does the acronym SMH stand for?
Shake my head.
He's got it.
All right.
I'm a millennial.
I knew that. I don't think. Brett, did you know that?
It would have given me a little trouble.
Have you guys seen the TikTok about that?
Yes.
It cracks me up every time. He's like, I was today years old when I learned that SMH stands for shake my head. I just thought it was Smith. So good. I could watch it forever.
Brett.
Tied up 2-2.
All right, here we go.
Where did Prince William and Kate Middleton first meet?
I have no idea. Final answer.
I'm going to say at an award show.
At an award show. That answer, is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That answer is incorrect.
Now, does this go to me?
No, we got rid of that rule.
Because I think I know this one.
The answer was St. Andrews University.
University.
See, there you go.
Yep.
You could have even said university. I might have taken it.
Right.
Okay. Andrew.
All right, for the win.
What? Is this for the win?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Watching you.
Ice water, baby.
How many Harry Potter books and movies are there? This is a two-folded question.
Whoa.
Okay. Does it include all of the follow-ups too? Like not just like part one, part. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a valid question. I would have asked the
I'm just
same
gonna
thing.
go. I'm just gonna go with Harry Potter and the. Okay. So.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Final answer.
7 books and 8 movies.
Oh my God, he's got it!
Oh my goodness!
Bam. Bam.
Pulled it out right at the last second.
That
You're
was
welcome.
a toughie.
He's unbeatable.
I couldn't have got that, and I
This
think I've
makes
seen them
me
all.
feel better about losing to Andrew too.
Yes.
Hey Brett, it's no good standing on top of a mountain for a long time.
I got my 15 seconds of fame, and that was it.
Wonderful.
That was a really well done job.
And he's
Andrew,
a good winner
yes.
too.
We will
Yeah.
connect with you and figure out where that $100 is going to one of the wonderful LMCU nonprofit charities. So,
Awesome.
well, thanks for tuning in, everyone, to episode 5 of Walt Wisdom. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening. The information provided in this podcast by Lake Michigan Credit Union is general education or marketing in nature and is not intended to be accounting, legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. Statements of individuals are their own, not LMCU's. All topics discussed are information of a general nature and do not address the circumstances of any particular individual or entity. Consult an appropriate professional concerning your specific situation. As of the date of publishing and any future date this podcast is broadcast, all rates, fees, payments, or other specific figures discussed are subject to change and are dependent upon your specific financial situation. All loan products discussed are subject to credit and collateral approval. You alone assume the sole responsibility of evaluating the merits and risks associated with the use of any information or other content in the podcast before making any decisions based on such information or other content. In exchange for listening to the podcast, you agree not to hold LMCU, its affiliates, or any third-party service providers liable for any possible claim for damages arising from any decision you make based on information or other content made available to you through the podcast. For more information on any of the content discussed in this podcast, please visit LMCU.org. Copyright Lake Michigan Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. LMCU, NMLS ID number 442967.